Alright, let's get to working on restoring this knife right here. So if you didn't see the last video, this is my camp knife that I carry. Beat up, banged up. I got vinegar on it the other day and didn't rinse it and got it rusty. So the first thing I want to do, I'm going to take some triple aught steel wool. It comes in the big bag. Here, I'll show you. Just like that. Comes in these big pieces. And I got an old pair of scissors. I just cut me off little chunks as I need it. Use the whole thing here, you'll ruin the whole piece, and that's very wasteful in my opinion. So I just cut off what I need. I'm going to start cleaning it off. It's not in that bad a shape. Just dirty, doesn't look good. Take that surface rust off of there. Alright, do that first. Now this one is gun blued, just like 99.9% of my blades are gun blued. Unless it's a kitchen knife. And I personally don't have any problem with gun bluing my kitchen knives. A lot of people might not like it, so that's why I use the vinegar and other things on kitchen knives. Alright, now I'm going to clean it. Hang on, I should get everything out, shouldn't I? Alright, got me an old rag. That's good stuff right there. Damping this. Just like that. Make sure it's good and dry. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put another coat of blue on it, gun blue. As soon as I put that on there, I'll turn the camera off right quick because I have to take it outside and wash it in the sink. And it's dark out there. So just take plain old gun blue and a Q-tip. Do it just exactly like you would a gun barrel. Just read the directions on the bottle of blue there. It tells you how to do it. But basically all you do, you put it on there like this. You let it sit for 2 minutes. Rinse it with water. And buff it with the steel wool again. And then of course oil it. Alright, now I'm just going to take it to the sink, rinse it. That's all I'm going to do, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like, and then we'll start working on the handle. Alright, I got it rinsed off. Just rinse, just take your steel wool again, lightly buff it, real lightly. Because there'll be a little film on there. You just want to take that little film off and it'll shine. See how it's starting to shine? Now you can put up to 3 coats or more on there if you want to. But after the 3rd coat, it's not going to get any darker if you want a real dark blade. So the original coat, there was 2 on there. Cleaned off that bunch. just one, and for me that's just fine. Just like that. Now the blade's ready, except for it's still sharp, but I'll resharpen it again in the very end. Now the handle, see where it's going in and out of the sheath a lot, right in there, all boogered up. Now this is that bird's eye maple. And this is 150 grit sandpaper. It's just about wore out. Let's see, let's do this, because if I don't, I know what's going to happen. Don't think y'all want to see blood and cut fingers in real time. There we go, that'll work. Now all I'm going to do is just, I'm not going to try to sand everything off. Just going to rough it up, hit those bad spots. Asked several times here lately again what I carry. Of course, it's the camp knife. In my opinion, it's one of the best everyday carries, because it's not too big, it's not too small. You can do anything you need to do with a knife, you can do with this one. Sell quite a few of them. That should be pretty good. Take an old brush, dust off of it. Dust off of there. Now finally, after all these years, have ran out of that brushing lacquer I like so much, so I bought a new can. This is not the exact same as what I had. I don't like it as well as the one I had, but it works just fine. Let's see, so we'll put a coat on here. Didn't get a brush, hang on. Now, I use these little acid brushes. Get them at the hardware. They are, of course, made in China. But it used to be 10 in a package for $1. Now they've went up to $1.49, and there's only 8 in the package. But still, it's not bad. Because you use it, don't bother trying to clean them, just throw them away. Unless you just want to clean them. Now we're going to put a nice even coat. And this is a little thinner than the other stuff I use too, so if you ain't careful it'll run. It'll dry hard. See right there where I took it down to the wood, it's soaking up a little more, which is what we want. Even all the way around. Now, like I said, this is a good everyday carry. I think they look nice, but looking nice and performing is two different things. You want something flashy and pretty? Great. Just a little bit more right here. Now when this dries, I'll put a second coat on, just because. Alright. And we'll put it, hang on, moving the camera. Hang it right up there to dry. Alright, now we'll put all this stuff away and we'll get started on the leather. Now I'll just take you a piece of rough sandpaper on the leather, fairly rough. That's a piece of 100 grit. Don't have to get persnickety about the grits on stuff like this. I don't anyway. Keep it that little pieces of sandpaper like that until you just wear them all the way out. Because all we're doing is basically scraping the dirt off. Now this one I made way back beginning of 2016. Yeah. Back before I had any of my leather working tools and all that. I'm not going to try to stamp anything on this one. I am going to make me another one though. I do need one more. A little bit different style, and we'll get to that eventually. I got a couple of orders I need to get done first. Those orders take priority. Which I've only got 2 orders. Just saying. Now you can buy leather cleaner and all kind of stuff, and that's fine if you want to do that. This is the way I do it, because to me it works just as well. And I'm all about not spending much money unless I've got to, because it's like everybody else, I don't have much money. But I don't care, as long as I've got a place to live, plenty to eat, whatever else we need. What else do you need? Just about as happy as I can be. If it would ever quit raining so I can go fishing. Alright, that's going to be good enough for me. Lock it off. And we're going to put some dye on there. Now this particular dye here says light brown. In just a minute you'll see it's not light brown. You have to be real careful with this stuff because it will make a mess all over everything. Just brush it on there. soak it up. It is dark brown is what it actually is. Whoop, back in the camera. Okay, I'm going to take a stick and put it in there like that, so I can handle it a little bit better. When it dries, it'll be a little lighter. And then we'll rub it down with some mink oil. Y'all hear that? I think that's the morning notification that my buddy Brad over at Full Spectrum has got the world news out about this time of the morning. I'll let this coat dry. I'll stop and listen to see what he's got this morning. It's really hard to keep up with all my YouTube friends, creators that I really enjoy, especially this time of year. There's so much to do around the house, around the homestead. So much to do. We're still on baby watch. Some of y'all's asked about that. If she don't go before next Monday, this coming Monday, the doctor said he's just going to put her in. So that's a good thing. You see, it's going to turn a black color almost. But when we mink oil it down, it'll go back to the brown. Pretty much. If not, I like it anyway. So. There you go. I'm gonna let this dry. Just like that. Let's close this up. And this is I think it's water cleanup. I've got another kind of dye that I use a lot besides this. It's one of those trade secrets. I don't want to get kicked out of the one fella said the Secret Knife Making Club for giving away all the trade secrets. Alright, we clean this up. We'll see what Brad's got up this morning. And we're just about done. I'll show you in a little while. Alright, this is dried enough for the second coat on the handle. Now this is not taking very long at all, because this knife is not in really bad shape. Because I try to take care of it as I use it. Just over time they'll get looking sort of rough. Now a lot of restorations I do, some of them, when I get the knives, the blades are in just horrible shape. A lot of times the edges are chipped, and the spines have been beat with hammers and that type of thing. That's why those take a lot longer to do. When they get to that point, a lot of times I'll have to grind new bevels, strip the blade all the way down to bare metal, and it can get into a lot of time. Because I was asked why some of the restorations cost what they do. Well, it's time. Time, materials. Now granted, that can right there will last me a long time. That was $18. You know, $18 just, I don't have it hanging on the tree out there, so you understand what I mean? You know who I'm talking to. here's the second coat. I don't see any runs, so I think it's going to be alright. A little bit right there where I stripped it to the bare wood. There, we're going to call that good. Hang it back up and let it dry. And by then maybe the sheath will be dry enough to mink oil, and we'll sharpen it up, and that'll be it. Alright, dry. Now I'm going to rub it down with mink oil. Or you could use neat's foot oil if you want. I prefer mink oil. The neat's foot will darken it even darker, and it's dark as I want it already. And this may also, but plus it smells good. Now you can get this stuff most anywhere. Tractor Supply is where I got this, and the neat's foot oil. They carry that brand. They carry a couple other brands too. One's as good as the other, I think. Plus this was cheaper. And I could have used saddle soap or something like that, but let's see. Turn the camera down here where you can see. All you do is just start rubbing it in. Put it on pretty heavy, and it'll soak in there. And this will also help waterproof it. Keep water from getting up in there. See, we're getting our brown color back. Now I neglected to do this all along on it, which is one reason why it got stained up and dirty like that. But it still works. That's the thing. I used to work on houses years ago, and carpenter work, this and that. People were so picky about how does it look, how does it look. Well, does it work? That's what I would ask. You can't always have good looks and proper function. Not always. Stick out there. Rub it down like that. All over it real good. My handle's still not dry, but I thought I'd go ahead and do this. Because it'll be daylight here in a little bit, and I have to fire the forge. And I'm going to make something. And I'll show you hear that. I bet you that is Mr. Danny over at Deep South Homestead's morning video. Watched Full Spectrums a while ago. Very interesting little program he does every morning. Makes you think. Whoop. Alright, now that's on there pretty heavy. I'm going to let it sit for just a little bit. And then I'll take a little bit more right there. And I'll take a clean cloth and go back and buff it over. Now these are those little micro cleaning something and other cloths you get at Harbor Freight. They were, a while back they had them, you buy something you get a pack of them free. That's the only reason I got them. I normally use an old t-shirts or something like that. There we go. Let that sit a little while, and I always store a little rag in there like that. put that away, be ready for next time. Alright, last clip coming up here in just a few minutes. Alright, just about done. Handle's all dry. Nice and pretty and shiny again. That bird's eye maple is so pretty. Now I'm going to take the Arkansas stone. I've got some oil on it. Now it's still pretty sharp. I'm just going to touch it up a little bit. A lot of people go this way. I go this way. That's the way I was taught. Just gonna run it until I don't feel any resistance. And then turn it over and do the same thing. Now every time you use your knife, if you use it a lot during the day, in the evenings, if you'll just touch it up a little bit like this, or you can use a steel or whatever you like to use. And don't let it get to the point where you have to get a big stone on it to really grind it off again. That'll help a lot. I think I'm just about where I want to be. Now, a lot of people want your bevel to be shiny all the time. It's not going to stay shiny. So to me, that doesn't matter if that's shiny or not, personally. That's the trouble with high polishing. Take the leather stroke going. The trouble with high polishing is people want it to stay high polished, and the carbon steel blade will not stay high polished. Now, stainless steel will, but I much prefer high carbon over stainless. Just run it back and forth like that. Now, this is a homemade stroke. Showed it before. It's just a piece of leather glued to an old scrap piece of 2x4. Alright, that is sharp. A little bit of oil on it. Now, it's not often I use this for food. Sometimes I'll clean a fish with it or something like that if I got like one fish or something, or two fish. So I keep a coat of that kind of oil on here, or any kind of machine oil. Kitchen knives, when I send those out, they have a coat of vegetable oil or corn oil, something like that. There we go, all ready to go. Getting sharp. Sheath is dry. Put it back in there. Put my fire steel back in there. On my fire steel, I keep a P38 can opener on there also. Because if you lose your knife and all you've got is your steel, your P38, you can open a can with it, and that will also act as a striker. Alright, neat little project. Ready to put it back on and put it back to work. Alright, camera's lopsided again. There we go. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. And if you need something like that done, you can do it. But if you don't think you can do it, if you got one that's in real rough shape, just send me an email, let me know, and I will take care of it for you. Alright, I'm going to leave y'all with a little bit of thought. I didn't come up with this, I heard it the other day, and I thought it was a real good thing. Surround yourself with positive people, and you will be a positive people. Surround yourselves with old sticks in the mud, and you'll be an old stick in the mud. And we don't want to be sticks in the mud, do we? Very quickly, not ranting about other YouTubers, but I have been asked that you're not here, you're not there anymore, and I've said it before, different places, live streams here and there. There's only one live stream I watch anymore, if I can stay awake that long. The drama factor on YouTube is just stupid, and I'm not all about that. I'm not getting involved in it. I just wipe myself clean up. Because that kills whatever content that they're supposed to be there, in my opinion, for me. But I just keep on doing what I do, and I hope y'all enjoy it. If you do, let me know. If you don't, let me know, and we'll do something else maybe. Upcoming videos, if it don't rain this morning, it's rained and rained and rained every day. If it don't rain here in the next couple hours, I got to fire the big Fords. I've got a couple of strikers to make, but if it rains, I can't fire it because I've got a big leak right over the Fords. It's getting decision time for me on the new shelter and the new shop. I've got leaks all over the back canopy out there. I've got leaks all over it. I've got to do something, and it's got to be pretty quick. But anyway, another upcoming project. I'm going to try my best this weekend to make some jerky. The smoker's ready. It's all done, except for a little bit of painting, that's just cosmetic. The smoker itself is done. I'm going to make some jerky. I've got a fella that wants some jerky. I'll send you some when I get it done. And like I said, I hope it's this weekend. I've got plenty of meat to do it. I've already got a jerky video out, but we might as well do another one since it's a new smoker. So we'll do that. Hopefully, maybe Sunday. Maybe. We'll see. If we're not at the hospital having a baby by then. If not Sunday, we'll be at the hospital on Monday. For sure. Pardon me. Alright, I'll quit rambling. I got to go in. I've been out here in my short-legged britches. I got to go in and get on some jeans before I start forging, because I don't want to burn my pretty legs. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. Thank you for your support, and I will see you later. One more thing. Master Sergeant was by last week, and he brought another batch of strikers. So we have 12 more. Now some of them have the high carbon steel striker part, and still have some of these other ones, but we can swap those out for high carbon if you really want those, if we run out of these. $15 a piece. I don't think he's got his deal set up yet, so get with me and I'll get with him and we'll get them out to you. And that's all. Have a nice day.